either go to the Small Business Center page in Facebook, or if you've already liked it, it should be in your notifications soon. It says it's streaming, but I don't have it in my notifications yet, but it will be there. And we will just go ahead and get started after y'all get a chance to share it. I'm not sure why it's not showing up. My Facebook is lagging just a bit, my Facebook on my tablet. So I'll share it when it comes up. Oh, there it is. My Facebook is lagging just a bit. My Facebook on my tablet. Okay.
Let me get
I'll share it when it comes up. Oh, there it is. Bear with me. Hey there, Annette.
Hey,
Hey, Annette.
What's up?
I just went live so you can share our the video if you go to the Small Business Center page. So I'm going to say spotlight on small business with Annette, Tasha, and Jennifer. And then Patrice may join us, but meanwhile, we'll go ahead and get started. Good to see you, ladies.
You
And
again.
Good to see y'all.
Tasha, I don't know if you know your camera's off. If you want it off, that's fine.
Yeah, it
So-
needs to be off right now because I look terrible.
It's all good. Your audio still works, so we're all good. So let me just say
Okay.
welcome, everyone. I'm Alan Younger, and I'm the director of the Small Business Center. And I get to hang out with wonderful people like Jennifer, Tasha, and Annette all day, every day. It's what we do at the Small Business Center. Our job is to promote small business. People say, hey, who are you and what do you do? I say, my name doesn't matter. I'm an advocate for small business success. I don't care if you remember my name, but I want you to remember what I do. And that is, I want to promote you all. So let me announce a couple things, and then we're going to jump right into our conversation. For those who don't know, every Tuesday afternoon, we have a show called Spotlight on Small Business. And that's what we do. We talk about different small businesses, who they are, what some of their challenges might be, and what some resources they've used to overcome those challenges. And we have a great time doing it. If you go to the Small Business Center page on Facebook, I think there are like 25, 26 videos of this. There's a bunch of other videos for other reasons. There's a playlist called Spotlight on Small Business, and you can see the different conversations. We have spoken to more than 50 different small businesses, and there's plenty more out there. So we're going to continue to have these conversations until people tell us that we're wasting our time, but I don't think we are. So as of last week, I don't know if you ladies knew this, but as of last week, one of the sponsors of Spotlight on Small Business is my fraternity, the Alpha Pi Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha. There it is right there. All right. And we're all about advocating for our communities, and that includes small businesses. There's so many other ways that we advocate, but one of the ways that we advocate is by letting other people know about you. And then you do the rest from there. We just want to open the door. Hey, have you heard of Annette? Have you heard of Tasha? Have you heard of Jennifer? And if they say yes, great. And I can say, well, did you know this about them? If they haven't heard of you, then we say, well, here's why you want to know about it, because they have these great businesses and we're about to discuss it. One more thing I want to Small Business Center at Forsyth Tech page, that for the month of July, Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, the Phi Omega chapter here in Winston-Salem, Forsyth County, will be co-sponsoring along with the Small Business Center and Alpha Phi Alpha. And, you know, Jennifer's like, well, what about the Deltas? So, you know, we'll have to talk to the Deltas too and make sure that, they get on board as well. But for the AKAs, they have a target that's called building your economic legacy, and entrepreneurship is a part of that conversation. So I'm glad I've been talking to them for a few months, and we pulled this together, and we're really excited to make this announcement. All right, enough about the commercials. Let's talk about you ladies. Where do I begin? I mean, I can go alphabetically. I can go based on how I know you. I can say, well, who's ever participating in Accelerate 2021 gets to go first, but that wouldn't help because all three of you are participating in that Business Accelerate. So I'm going to go alphabetically by last name. So Hayes, well, I don't know, Hairston-Springs. Well, you're deferring, huh? You're saying go by Springs and not by
No,
Hairston?
yeah.
Okay, okay. So we're gonna go alphabetically by last name, and Tasha's last name is Springs. Hairston, we're gonna say that's just a middle name, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna start with you, Annette. So Annette, for those of I'm gonna go around and ask you all different questions, but just for take a minute for those who've never heard of Annette Hayes and never heard of the business that's, by the way, when I'm looking at the screen, it's right above your head, Social Elegance. Tell us just, yeah, that's right. It works best when you pose just right. There you go. So tell us a little bit about you and tell us a little bit about Social Elegance.
A little bit about me. I'm originally from New Jersey, and then I lived in Atlanta. I went to school there, Morris Brown. Whoop, whoop. And then I moved back to New Jersey, and then I moved to North Carolina. So I bounced around, and my background is I started off in hotel sales, so in catering sales. So that's how I got into events. So doing that, it just fascinated me. I loved it. I knew that that's what I was supposed to be doing. Then I started my business, and I was going to school for hospitality management. And so during the hotels, and I rented a building where I was subleasing it out for events and managing different events from there. And then I also got into the whole international market, because with the international market, I love culture. I love everything about learning things differently from different people and how they do events. And then when I found out that their weddings went from where ours was like a 2 days, you have some cultures, their weddings last for 2 weeks, if you can imagine. And it's all festive and fun and all about family and just experiencing the different cultures. And so then I got about it
So
in terms
social experience came through your life. I mean, social elegance came through your life experience.
yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So go ahead and say whatever you're going to say.
Yeah, and so I love that. I love how people just did things differently, communicate in terms of business, social, just so many things were meant so many different things. So then once I branched off on my own, I kind of dabbled back into different event companies and different catering companies. And then, but my passion is really coming up with strategies and understanding why you're doing an event, what you want to accomplish with that event, and how I can keep you on track. So
Okay.
that's where my passion is. I know how to make it look pretty. I know how to get the locations and all that. But the end result is, as the customer, the message that you want to get across, are you doing that?
Okay. Outstanding. Outstanding. So alphabetically, I guess Sherman comes before Springs, right? So so this is fun. Thank you so much, Annette. And let me encourage you to change your Zoom name so that people know how to get in touch with you if they're watching us on Facebook Live. So Dr. Jennifer Sherman of Sherman Academy. Congratulations on earning your doctorate through High Point University a month ago. Has it been a month? Yeah,
A little
'cause it's
over a month.
May 7th, right? So yeah, so we're celebrating. The celebration when you earn your doctorate lasts for many months, right? You don't just get it
Yes.
and turn your tassel and walk away from it. I mean, you continue the celebration well beyond that. And your celebration includes starting a business, Sherman Academy. So tell us a little bit about you and tell us about Sherman Academy.
Okay. Well, I didn't grow up in Winston-Salem. I grew up in a small town called Roseboro. It's on the outskirts of Fayetteville. And I came to Winston-Salem to attend Winston State University. So I'm a graduate of Winston State University. Go
How's it
Rams.
go?
Uh-huh.
Is this right? I've been looking at
Exactly.
pictures, but this is the first time I've done it. Is this right?
That's it. So go Rams. And then after graduating from Winston State, I attended Salem College to get my teacher's license and my master's degree at
I don't know if
teaching.
they have anything. Do they? I'm trying to make an S. So I don't know if they do that.
And then after Salem College, I went to Appalachian State, and that's where I earned my principal license. And then, of course, as you said earlier, High Point University is where I attended to get my doctoral degree in educational leadership and curriculum and instruction. And I'll also be receiving my superintendent license, so I'm waiting on that as well.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Highly qualified.
Highly qualified, certified teacher. I've been teaching for 17 years.
Outstanding. Whew. All
So I
right.
started Sherman Academy, homeschool away from home. And the reason I started Sherman Academy, because over my years as teaching, I realized that a lot of students are being promoted to the next grade without mastery of content. A lot of our students are not receiving mastery of content, and then they're still being promoted to the next grade, which I believe is fueling the academic achievement gap. And so what Sherman Academy does is focus on small groups so that children can master their content. And so we work with parents that want to homeschool their children, and I provide all of the teaching elements and components of education for that parent.
So what grades do you focus on?
So right now I'm focusing on kindergarten and first grade. And the reason that I'm focusing on kindergarten and first grade is because those are foundational years. The foundational years are the most important years of education because you want to make sure that students have a solid foundation to build upon. Many times by the time a kindergarten student get to third grade, when they take their EOG test, they make a 1 or a 2, which means they didn't pass it. By the time they get to third grade, then that's because they did not get a solid foundation in kindergarten and first grade. And so we need to make sure that students are receiving a solid foundation, especially in math and reading.
I used to know this, but my kids are all in college, so I don't recall. If they get a 1 or a 2, does that mean they cannot go to the next grade? Or does that mean they go to the next grade, but they're really not ready?
Well, now there's so many different variables that work with the EOG and the score. So there are students that are promoted to the next grade, even though a 1 and a 2 does indicate that you did not meet the standard for third grade. So if you get a 1 or 2, it says you are not on third grade level. You do not know, you have not mastered the content for third grade, but they still can be promoted to the next grade, which is what the concern is that a lot of parents believe that because your child was promoted to the next grade and they are promoted means that they mastered the content of their previous grade. And that's not necessarily always true.
I see. So that's the problem that Sherman Academy seeks to solve. I got
Exactly.
you. I got you. Okay. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Sherman, for being with us. So Tasha, we're at the Springs now. So,
You sure it's nobody else?
no, there's nobody else. And Younger comes after Springs anyway. So
Yeah.
let's talk. Texting while driving. That's the name of your business. I'm sorry. Texting is risky business.
Right.
That's that was a Freudian slip. We don't want people to text while driving. That's not
Right.
what we're trying to encourage them to do. Instead, we're
No.
trying to communicate to them that there's a strong problem with that. So let's
Yes.
talk a little bit about you and your business. Texting is risky business. Let me get it right.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Tasha Hairston-Springs. I'm a survivor of distracted driving. I'm a mother, grandmother, wife, and what else am I? An author, public speaker, also a student right now, trying to finish up my psychology degree in child and adolescent psychology. Let me see. I might have to read some of this. My mission is to eradicate all mobile device use while driving to help end all related crashes, injuries, and fatalities. Texting is risky business. Don't risk your life. Don't text and drive. Don't Facebook Live. Don't Zoom to your doom. Put your device down while driving. I was involved in a car crash in 2012 where I was texting my daughter. I was doing 70 miles per hour. I crashed. I was in the hospital for 6 weeks, and had to undergo reconstructive surgery for 6 years. I lost my ear. part of my face, and now I'm disabled and disfigured for life. My program is MAD, is the MAD method, MAD. It's a 21-day prevention program that uses mindfulness and prayer to help people set their intentions on driving safer. In the program, I give tips, and I tell people the laws, the distracted driving laws, and what they can and cannot do safely in their car, giving them other options with the mindfulness program. It's 21 days. Every day you wake up, pray, meditate, whichever one you prefer, or both. In that time I have in the program, I set out a list of things that you can do. So the purpose of the program is to help fleet drivers, mostly. My audience is fleet drivers, people like the post office, Uber, school bus drivers, people that have other people's lives in their hands, basically, with the driving, learning how to choose the best time to use your phone. Let me see, what else did I put on this paper? So investing in training.
Before you go on, let me just say that it doesn't take a lot of time to pull over if you've got to make a call or if you've got to send a text.
Right.
I remember it was probably 15 years ago. My sister, who used to live in New York City, they had the law come out, and you probably know the dates better than me, of when you could not do this while you were driving. You had to wear a headphone or Bluetooth or something.
Yeah.
And I remember how many people in North Carolina said, I hope that law don't come here.
Yeah.
And sometimes we just look at what's inconvenient to us rather than looking at what the reason for the law is. Now, maybe you don't agree with the law, but you got to think for a moment, why is there the law? And what you talk about through your business is the reason why. We're not just trying to be mean to people and say, don't use your phone. We're saying there's a lot of risks involved. And so that's what you're getting at. We're going to get more to what you were going to look at when we're asking these questions. But let me start with the next question. Let me start with you. We're going to go alphabetically backwards. How about that? Alphabetically by last name backwards. So we're going to start with Springs. So a lot of people who are interested in starting a business don't realize how many resources are out there where for free in many cases to support you as you're getting things going. I mean, nobody has to go it alone. That's one message. But number two, there's so much that you don't know.
Yeah.
There's so much that I don't know. And I'm working this every day. Things change so fast. So my question for you, Tasha, and my question will be a little bit different for you, Jennifer and Annette, is if somebody is watching us right now and they need to hear why they should partner with somebody else or use various resources that are available to them, what would you just say in general? Why should they use resources that can help them as opposed to just doing it on their own?
The support that you get, it helps motivate you to do better. So with the Small Business Center and all the support that we have, paid and unpaid, we have just, it's so much. Sometimes I look at it as maybe information overload, but it's everything that you need, everything that you could possibly need to start a business, be successful, stay motivated, determined, is at the Small Business Center. The people, the resources, I mean, it is free. A lot of it is free. And this stuff is expensive. If you try to go out and really get your own coach on your own and do stuff, that could be that's too much. Like I had a coach one time, it was like $600 a month. And I was like, let me go to the Small Business Center and see what I can do and get my money up first so I can afford a coach like that. So
we
the
only
Small
charge
Business Center,
$5.99, right?
right. The Small Business Center is amazing, and it is a godsend to anybody that's starting a business.
Thank you. And one of the things that you said that I'm sticking with is motivation. A lot of the times business ownership is hard, it's lonely, and it's frustrating.
Mhm.
And we need people around us who can motivate us, right? Who can encourage us, who can sometimes push us a little bit to go in the direction that we need to go to get the things done we need to get done. So I'm really glad you said what you
Right.
said. So let me ask it
Thank
to
you.
you a little bit, absolutely. Let me ask it to you a little bit differently, Jennifer. If there's somebody who's watching and they say, what is the one type of resource or type of support that has helped you the most so far, what would it be?
The resource that has helped me so far is definitely the Small Business Center. Sherman Academy opened in 2013. So I've been
Let me
working.
just stop and say, I wasn't baiting her with that question. I wasn't looking for a compliment for the Small Business Center. And I hope you don't think that. And I just want to make sure other people know we didn't rehearse this, before we went live. But this is authentically what has helped you. You go ahead and tell your story, but I just want to put that disclaimer out there.
Yes, definitely. We didn't rehearse that, but I really mean that. The Small Business Center has helped me so much with Sherman Academy. As you know, Sherman Academy, coming into the community to homeschool away from home. Homeschool is a new concept for a lot of people. They heard the word, and when you think of homeschool, you just think staying at home and teaching your child, which is what you do. But now Sherman Academy is here for you to register your child as a homeschool student, and I will do all the teaching, and you bring them to my facility and I will provide all of the education. So that concept in itself is new to people. So I'm a homeschool co-op and I will do the teaching for them. And being with the Small Business Center has helped me so much in introducing this concept to the community and getting my name out there. Even this Facebook Live has been very beneficial as well. And it also helps me get out of my comfort zone. The resources, just tons of resources and Zooms that you can go to and log into and learn valuable information about marketing, about budgeting, about finances, about networking. It's just been very, very great for me. And I really appreciate the Small Business Center.
Well, thank you. Thank you for saying that. So let me ask Annette, I'm going to be very specific and say, other than the Small Business Center, because I don't want people to think that I'm just trying to promote a show that's all about us. There are some really good resources that are out there. Matter of fact, one of them just walked by. It was a gentleman who's with the city of Winston-Salem who leads the Business Inclusion and Advancement Department, right? And they have different resources to help folks be successful. But so my question to you, Annette, is there a particular resource in addition to the Small Business Center that you would say to others, hey, check them out?
Yes, absolutely. And we are not paid actors.
Emphasis on not paid. You can act any kind of way you want to, but I don't have any money I can't afford y'all.
Right. No, well, you have Hustle, which does a great job, and they're marketing outside the box. You have Flywheel. There's in Winston-Salem, there are so many entities for the entrepreneur. It is a lot. And in a week's time, you couldn't get to all the activities that people have. But the beauty of it is, as an entrepreneur, no matter what stage your business is in, all these workshops and programs help you wherever you are. They meet you where you are. So if you're advanced, it still help you with networking, and it's always something to learn. And even when we all get together, just talking, I learned so much about these ladies and their businesses that helps get you motivated. And the beauty of it is you lock in on weekly meetings, and it helps you because some weeks they go by so fast, and sometimes you just lose track if you have different hustles going on, right? And so this brings you back into the fold and say, okay, this is where I am and I have to do it. And it helps you to keep true to your goal and helps you refine your goal and then stay true to it, because there are so many avenues that you can go within a business, right? And a lot of times we'll take things because the opportunity is there, to make a quick buck. And then it rears you off though, you're where you should be. So this helps. And there's so many times where you have to talk to other people because it takes a village. And the energy when you're working from home or in an office and it's just you don't have all that energy to bounce off of like would in a regular office. So having this network of people, it really fulfills you and to do the things that you were meant to do.
Thank you, Annette. And I'm glad you mentioned hustle and flywheel, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But no, I'll tell you why right now. So every Wednesday, so that's tomorrow, every Wednesday from 12:30 to 1:30, and I'll say almost every Wednesday because every once in a while there's a Wednesday off, but almost every Wednesday, Hustle and Flywheel and the Small Business Center collaborate for what you just mentioned, marketing outside the box. For those who don't know, there's a session, it's virtual right now, every most Wednesdays from 12:30 to 1:30. Every just rolls off my mouth, so I just like to say every, but most Wednesdays from 12:30 to 1:30, and we explore different ways to be more effective in reaching more customers. This month, the theme is called Work, Build, Launch. And you all may have been involved in some of the sessions. It's all about, matter of fact, I saw you at some of the sessions, so I know you're involved. It's all about building a marketing plan and how to not just randomly market because, well, let me put out a flyer and let me get on social media and let me do this, but it's really developing a plan so that we can be consistent and we can make sure that we're meeting the needs that others have. We're saying the things that others need to hear. So here's another funny story. So I just texted the folks from Hustle about an hour ago because I got some good news. So I wanted to share it with them because it's going to help them to be able to better serve our small business clients. And then this morning I'm at the gym and I'm in between sets. I'm lifting weights. It's about 6:30 and I look down at my phone. I'm checking something and then boom, I get a text that says, "Get off your phone and lift weights." I look up and it's Andrea Howell from Flywheel, and she's over there lifting some weights. And she caught me sitting there on my phone. So I had to make, I had to, increase the weights because, got to impress at that point. but it's great to have good partners for the reasons that you mentioned, personally and professionally. It's good to have good partners to be with you as you're building your businesses. So let me throw this out for all three of you. I mentioned earlier, and maybe there were some people who either didn't hear it or they weren't on yet. All three of you are participating in our business accelerator. It's called Accelerate 2021. It started in February and additional persons have been added to it each month since then. It's all about building your businesses, whether you have an idea that you want to turn into a business or you've been in business for many years. You all are taking advantage of opportunities to get the information you need, to develop the skills you need, to meet with the experts that you need to meet with so that you can build your businesses. So I hope, I'm not even going to let y'all answer because y'all are going to just say what I want you to say, right? So if y'all were answering, what I hope you would say is, this program has helped me to be better, right? So presuming that yes, it's helped you, don't say anything if it hadn't.
All right.
But if it's helped you, well, what are some of the ways that an accelerator has helped you? Tasha, I'm going around on my screen, so I'll just start with you this time.
Accelerator has helped me gain more clarity because I was lost for a while, but being in the accelerator has helped me gain more clarity.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Tasha, because I hope I didn't cut you off. Did I cut you off? Okay. Because a lot of times, and we don't laugh at people, but a lot of times people come in here and they're thinking, well, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. And what we eventually get to the point of telling them when we build the relationship and build the trust is, you can't do everything well. You need to figure out which thing does the market need and which thing am I positioning myself to be really good at, and focus on that thing. And then maybe you add some of those other things to it. But like you said, clarity is key. And I'm glad that was your answer. I didn't know that was going to be your answer. So thank you for that being your answer. Jennifer and Annette, what do y'all want to jump on?
For me, Accelerate has helped me to put in, I want to say maybe structure the things that I need to do and put it more in order, just structuring what I need to do to work to build and to launch Sherman Academy. So it has definitely helped me with that, as well as I really appreciate having access to learn about the legal things of a nonprofit versus a for-profit. And that has been very beneficial for me as well. So just helping being structured has been great for me with the Accelerate.
Thank you. A lot of times people struggle with how best to be structured, and then for them to also have a structured approach to their own business development and the way that they're going to interact with their clients and all that. And I like how you mentioned the legal structures and having a better understanding of how they work and which is best for you, because it's hard for me. A lot of times people do say to me, people that I've known for 5 years or 5 minutes, sometimes they'll say, what's the best legal structure? And the answer is it really depends on a bunch of things. Only you really know the best legal structure for you and your business. And so we try to provide information so that you can make the best decisions for your business. Thank you, Jennifer. Annette, what were you going to add?
I was going to add that it helps you to understand that you can customize the things for your business. So whether it's the business plan, whether it's your financial plan, your marketing plan, because sometimes you get this idea, right? As an entrepreneur and hearing people in business, that you have to put together this whole big presentation and spend so much time in it. And a lot of times based on your business, you don't need to have that. So with Accelerate 2021, having these conversations and speakers come in who are experts in their field and give you insight. Like I've been wasting like 6 months trying to get this piece going, and it's wasted energy because they're like, oh, well, you don't need to do that. And you're like,
Okay.
you gotta know that 6 months ago. But it just helps because, and I think a lot of people don't understand that. And sometimes going into business, it can be intimidating, right? When you think about the daunting task of it all. But just understand when you're around people who are going through it and people who can recommend different products or software and things like that to help you narrow it down. It's like, oh, I didn't know that because you weren't focused on that, right? But it's so helpful when we all get together and people can say, you do this, if this doesn't work, try this. And having to meet with mentors. So whether you're ready for that piece or not, just being able to meet with them, have them touch base with you on what it is to kind of get you ready for it, and so that you're asking the right questions. So
Thank you so much. As a result of what one or all of you said, Beverly Davis is watching us on Facebook Live, and I hope she's still watching because I'm going to answer her question. She's asking, and hopefully others have the same question, how do I join the Accelerator program? So here's the answer. We structured this program so that others can join as we go. You know, we used to have a business accelerator that started on one day and ended on another day. And as a matter of fact, yesterday we hung out at Aixa Maria's gift baskets. And she was in our launch challenge, which is the business accelerator that ended in August of last year. And she now owns a business that's at 111 North Main Street. Look for the yellow door, right, Annette? Look for the yellow door, and if you pass it, just historic downtown Kernersville isn't that big, so you can easily find some place to park and take a short walk to it. But anyway, Beverly, the answer to your question is, if you've gotten an email from me, in my signature, if the email came from my computer, rather than my phone or my tablet, in my signature, there's an application for Accelerate 2021. If you haven't gotten it, just send me an email. I'll just change my name in a minute on the screen, but it's ayounger@forsythtech.edu. So it's similar to what's on the screen now, but I'll be happy to reply, and then you can reply to your email so you can apply for the program. The program is designed to do exactly what Annette was saying. Put you in a situation where you're around other people, not just me, but you're around our business mentors, you're around the other participants in the program. And back to what Tasha was saying, that helps to motivate you.
Mhm.
And back to what Jennifer was saying, that helps to give you the structure that you need to be successful. You know, being a business owner is tough, even if you've got all the support in the world, is exponentially more difficult if you don't take advantage of the community that you can build. So one of the aspects of Accelerate 2021 is to build this community. And frankly, some participants are taking more advantage of it than others. There are 29 people in the program right now, and they're listed in our newsletter. Some of those 29, I hear from almost every day. They interact with each other every day, several times a day. They even get together and don't invite me to lunch, right? I mean, you thought I forgot, right? But they even get together, and they're getting together because they value each other and they're in the same place. And it's good to lock arms with people who are going through what you're going through. It might be a different business, but there are ways that you can help each other. You might know of other resources, like you all were saying, that could help each other. So Beverly, send me an email and I'll definitely reply, and it'll include the application. The application, how long did it take, ladies, to fill that out?
No, like less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, about less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's not intended to be a long application to make you spend hours working on it. We're trying to collect some general information. What is your business about? And what is it you're trying to do? And we're going to make the assessment how we can help you to get there. If somebody applies and it's really not a fit, then they wouldn't be in the program. But if somebody applies and what they're doing or what they're trying to do is something that we can help them to advance that, then we're going to invite them to be in the program too. Our desire is not to turn people away, but we don't want to make false promises either. We want to, if somebody says, well, you know, I'm building a 5-star luxury hotel in Madrid, and they apply to be in this program, we're probably not going to be able to help them a lot, right? But if they're building a business like the 3 that you all described, we can probably help you. So we want to give you make available the resources that you could take advantage of and use. So generally, here's how the program works. It's self-paced. I'm not going to crack the whip and say, you're not doing this fast enough or well enough. If you ask me, am I doing it fast enough or well enough? I'll give you feedback. But the goal is not to beat you down, it's to build you up, right? So it's self-paced. There are a bunch of educational events that we offer. Whether you're in the program or not, you can take advantage of those events. If you're in the program, you can earn certificates through your participation in those events. Those certificates should add value to your business and you know what your marketing that you are able to do. You're certified that you've prepared to do that, right? We also have a team of business mentors. Anybody can arrange a meeting with our mentors. However, when you do it, that coupled with your stages of business development, you can earn certificates for that, right? And how many certificates you earn that is completely up to you. How quickly you earn them, that's completely up to you. You know, we might push you a little bit and say, hey, I don't see a certificate with your name on it. You know, I sign them when they come across my desk, and I'm looking forward to signing one with your name on it. I'm not going to beat anybody up over that, but I'm going to just remind people that, hey, this is something of value. But maybe the biggest benefit of the Accelerate 2021 program is what Annette said, and that is having that community around you. It helps with the motivation and it helps with the structure, right? Everything that you said is on point. That's why we have a business accelerator. And frankly, there are a lot of people who have started businesses on their own, right? There are a lot of businesses who didn't look at building that strong foundation that you were describing, Jennifer. They just saw the opportunity and they jumped in. Unfortunately, a lot of small businesses fail. My guess is that they didn't have the people around them. They weren't a part of a structured program. They weren't taking advantage of all the resources that were available to them before they started the business or even while business was ongoing. So enough talking from me. Let me ask you all to share anything else that you want people to know about your businesses, because they're going to follow up with you. So on the screen are the names or the email addresses or the the @ signs of saying what your businesses are, and that's how people can get in touch with you. But what are your last words? What do you want to share with folks about your wonderful businesses?
I would like to share that Social Elegance is a wonderful company. So if you have an event that you're not sure how to pull off, or you're not sure that it's aligned with your organization's objectives or strategies, I am the lady to help you get that on task. And my email address is ahayes@socialelegancellc.com. And you can visit me at my website. And I look forward to hearing from you.
Outstanding. Thank you, Annette.
You're welcome.
I'll go next.
Oh, okay, go ahead, Tasha.
Okay, my business, texting is risky business. My mission is to eradicate distracted driving, but working with fleet organizations who worry about their employees crashing and costing insurance companies millions of dollars because their employees haven't been trained properly on how to drive without using their phones. Because I mean, you know, a lot of people, businesses, they use their phones and they have company cars. It's costing millions of dollars. Prevention training, that is a wise investment. So you can reach me at Texting is Risky Business on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and I'm still working on my website. It's under construction, but it will also be textingisriskybusiness.com. Oh, and my phone number, because I have a phone number. If people can hear it and write it down, 336-865-4222. Thank you.
Say it again. 336-865.
4222.
4222. Wonderful. All right.
Thank you.
And for Sherman Academy, what I would like to say again, Sherman Academy, homeschool away from home. Parents, I am helping you to homeschool your students. You bring them to my location, you leave them with me, and I will provide all of the education and academics for them while you are at work or running errands or doing whatever it is you need to do. I will be providing a quality education for your child in a safe and caring environment. I am currently enrolling kindergarten and first grade students. Space is very limited because I believe in having very small classrooms and individualized learning and curriculum. I am having a question and answering session tomorrow, 12 to 1 and 6 to 7. This is a question and answering session tomorrow from 12 to 1 and 6 to 7. So that will catch the lunch crowd as well as the people in the evening. You can find the Zoom link on my website at shermanacademy.org. I would like to see you there to answer any of your questions that you might have. I am located here in Winston-Salem at the Marketplace Mall. My telephone number is 336-271-1517. And my email is jennifer@shermanacademy.org. And my website again is shermanacademy.org. So please join me on those question and answering sessions so that I can answer the questions that you have for homeschool or what my curriculum is. Just give me a call. Okay, thank you.
So hopefully people took a screenshot because, you know, I'm holding up this wonderful
Thank you.
information card that you gave me yesterday. And
You had the back and I had the other side.
And you had the other side, yeah.
Oh,
And hopefully, you know, people captured your email address or phone number or the dates and times of your information sessions that you're having tomorrow and next Thursday.
yes, and Alan, I also want to mention, I didn't say July the 8th. So if they miss tomorrow, I'm also having a question and answering session on July the 8th from 12 to 1 and 6 to 7 in case they can't make tomorrow.
Okay, wonderful. Well,
Okay.
ladies, go ahead. I'm sorry. Somebody says.
Yeah, I just want to point out to the audience that, see, this is the kind of camaraderie and the support that we give each other. How we're holding up her flyers, and Alan is he's always in for everybody. So that is awesome. And that's what you get when you come and be a part of Accelerate 2021 or any of the other products that we have in the Winston-Salem community.
That's right. Thank you for saying that.
Mhm.
So you ladies have been outstanding, like you all always are. I had no doubt in that. If I had any doubt, I wouldn't have gone live with y'all. But I knew y'all were gonna make me look good. So I definitely have no problem with that. Another thing that I'll mention about the program, I forgot to mention, apply by the 15th of whatever month you want to join the program. So we had people who applied and were in it starting February 1st, and then February 15th, March 15th, April 15th, et cetera. We've had more people apply, and if you apply by the 15th, we're inviting you into the program the next week. And we've had some people who joined us, and we're really excited about the great work that they do. If you missed it, 3 ladies had a wonderful showcase yesterday, Annette and Jennifer, as well as Keisha Horton. So the video is in our Facebook page. So we hope that you at least fast forward through the stuff where I'm talking and listen to what these ladies had to say, because their businesses are really outstanding. And by the way, take a good look at Aixa's store, because we were literally in her store, and she's got a lot of great stuff, and people left there having spent money. I mean, the store was closed, but we still made sure that Aixa had some sales yesterday. But if you're interested, we want to see you at Marketing Outside the Box tomorrow. We want to see you on Thursday at 3 o'clock for a small business roundtable focusing on networking tips for introverts. And then we've got a few more events in July. We're going to have a relatively light July, but then in August and September, we'll get back to our 4 or so events every week. So thank you all for being with me, making me look good. Thanks again for the great work that you're doing and the way that you're investing in your businesses and yourselves. If there's any way that we can support any of you, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Our job is to increase business success.